Hi, and welcome back to Avalon Garden. My name is Lisa. It's great to see you here today. The topic for today is why we picked the house we picked to build and what building material did we choose. So when we were living back in Washington State, after we purchased the 9 acres, about 2 years ago, we had to pick a house. So my job was to pick the house, and my husband's job was to pick the material that he wanted the house to be built from. So I went online and I looked through all kinds of blueprints of houses. There are tons and tons of websites. And what I found is most of the websites show the same houses over and over and over. They're just being shown on different websites. So when I did my search, my criteria was 1 floor and had an in-law apartment attached. I really liked that idea of having an in-law apartment attached. My husband's parents had built a house with it and I thought it was really neat. And then also my sister lives with us and we really want her to have her own place. So that was my criteria and why I did the searches the way that I did. There weren't very many houses to choose from when searching for in-law apartments, and I really liked one in particular, but there were a few things that I didn't like about it, and that's why I didn't kind of jump on that house right away. We were able to make changes to the house. As you're looking at it, here are some things that I did change. In between the 2 guest bedrooms, there was a bathroom for each bedroom. I made that 1 bathroom where you walk into the first part and there's 2 sinks, and then on the other wall there's storage, and then you walk through again and that's where the shower and tub and the toilet is. So instead of each bedroom having its own bathroom, it's 1 large bathroom accessible from the hallway. So the other changes I made was the pantry. We moved the pantry down a little bit, squeezed the powder bathroom to make it a little bit smaller. And then there were also bump outs going into the living room, dining room. And we straightened out that wall to push the pantry out and made that pantry a little bit bigger. So there were just a little tweaks we made to the house to make it accommodate our style better. The other thing we did to the house is, if you look at the in-law apartment with the single car garage, we copied that garage, flipped it, and put it on the other side by the 2-bay garage, making that side a 3-bay with the roof line pitching down on both sides to make it more symmetrical. I mean, honestly, who doesn't want an extra place to store canoes and kayaks?
And drums.
Or drum sets. So that's why we added a 3rd bay. Now my job was done and my husband's job kicked in next. What do we build this house out of? In the plans, it is a stick frame, and we knew we didn't want to do stick frame. So what are the other options? So while my husband was searching for new building materials, he came across a website, How to Build Your Own Home. And on that website, the presenter said, out of all the new building materials and all the new creative ways to build a house, the only one he would use to build his house with was Omni Block. That was quite a statement to make for somebody presenting all of these new building materials. So that kind of got Mike thinking, well, what is that? So he went to Omni Block website, and there are lots of videos about Omni Block. There's another option through Omni Block called Omni Brick. We have chosen to build our house out of Omni Brick. The brick is finished on the inside and the outside. All your interior walls that are exterior on the inside will be exposed brick. Essentially, the brick or the block causes your house to breathe and radiate heat where it needs to be. If you want more details on that, you'll have to watch the videos on Omni Brick. So now that we have the exterior, what we're going to build the house with, we picked our colors. There are quite a few colors to choose from. We chose white brick with white mortar, and we're going to do black framed windows and a black roof. Along with that, we have chosen to do shake siding on the parts at the top where the brick can't go. And the shake siding is kind of brownish, blackish, lighter brown, darker brown. It's kind of a mixture of colors. And with the pillars in the front, it'll kind of blend in with the colors of the pillars in the front along with the black framed windows and the roof. It'll bring everything together. The house will look kind of like a modern farm style with the colors and the design that we chose. So we called the company of Omni Brick, and we asked for a recommendation of somebody in this area that could build this house for us. And he recommended Anthony Olivieri. Now, Anthony does live on the east side of Florida, and he said that he would be willing to take our house and build it for us, which we were super excited about. We have been working with Anthony for the last 4 months. Our house has been in architectural design to make the changes that we requested, as well as it had to be changed from a stick frame to the Omni frame. Working with the owner of Omni Brick to make sure that no cuts were going to be made, we had to shrink some of the windows to meet that requirement, and all of that had to go into architectural design. Our house is about to come out of design, but at the same time, I've been working with Anthony and his team with Pinterest boards and putting things in the Pinterest board for each room, designing each room. So once it comes out of design, we can start getting bids and jump right in to get the house built. The next step in this process is getting our design to the county for approval to get permits. We have to have a soil sample, a tree survey, and we have to have the property, part of it cleared to build the house. The first thing that we are going to build is a shop. Right now, my husband is researching different types of shops to build, wood frame, metal frame, all the different kinds, and how that all works. And he's also been researching tractors. He's very excited about getting a tractor, and so he's been researching tractors. So that's where we are with the house and building our gardens. My husband, during Black Friday, he did buy 16 raised beds from Birdie Beds. They were on sale because they were clearing out their first generation and bringing in their second generation beds. Got a really good deal on the tall raised beds. So we got 16 of those and we're ready to rock and roll when the house is up. We can get those in and I can get the gardens planted, which is super exciting. Thank you for joining me on Avalon Gardens today. I hope to see you again next time on the Flippity Flip.
Try it again.
And I'll see you next time on the Flippity Flip.